DD India's Amrit Pal, who continues to report from Tel Aviv, joins us live on this broadcast. Amrit, good evening. Now, Israel maintains there cannot be any ceasefire without the release of hostages. To begin with, just share us some more insights from the war zone. What more information can you share with the viewers of DD India?
Well, the Israelis have encircled the Gaza city. They've got their tanks there, their infantry there. They could break into the Gaza city anytime. The next 24 hours would be crucial. The Israeli IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, claim that they have, broken the shaft of about 130 tunnels. Their combat engineers have done that. Their Nahal brigade has taken control of a military training facility of the Hamas. They claim to have killed a few commanders of the Hamas, though they're not putting numbers to it. They have suffered casualties also. 31 soldier was killed now. That takes the count to 31. Civilian count is above, death count is above 10,600. Close to about 40,000 injured. Gaza cut off in two parts. They are, moving in from the north, from the Erez in point, and from Tal al-Hava. Some civilians, about 15,000 of them did move to the south, though the IDF claims the Hamas is preventing them from moving to use them as human shields. Now the close combat begins. As I said, next 24 hours are crucial. So we'll have to see. They don't share their military strategy details as to will they go inside the tunnels, get into close combat, or use some kind of gases or water to flush out the Hamas guerrillas from the tunnels and then fight them on ground. Aerial strikes continue both in north and also south. Khan Yunis was attacked. They say they attacked, they have specific intelligence. They attacked the refugee camps where Hamas had reportedly taken shelter.
Okay.
So that's what they're doing, yeah.
Meanwhile, the fate of hostages still continues to hang in balance?
That's right. Hostages continues to hang in balance. There are some mediations going on via Qatar, but they've been going on for a long time now. It's been 33 days. They put the figure at anywhere between 240 to 242. So but only 5 have been released so far, 2 American women, 2 Israeli old ladies, and 1 Israeli soldier. Both sides are still taking maximalist positions. Israel saying no ceasefire without the release of hostages. Hamas saying ceasefire first, plus prisoner swap. So I think the Israeli strategy is to carry on with its military action, intensify that, weaken Hamas much more. Their assessment is that a weakened Hamas would be more amenable to their demands. They can then negotiate from a position of strength. The Hamas believes once they come into close combat, they will take a hit. And then the Israeli army would then be, they'll have an upper hand on the negotiations. And as numbers climb, the international pressure will mount. So the Israelis will be forced to make more concessions. But right now, both sides taking maximalist positions, even as the military campaign intensifies, not by the day, by the hour cycle.
And when Netanyahu says that the overall security has to remain with the security of Gaza will remain with Israel, what's the message that he's trying to send across? And, this whole international pressure mounting on Israel for humanitarian passage in Gaza, do you think it is, this has any bearing? Is Netanyahu even listening?
When Netanyahu says, overall security of Gaza will remain with Israel, what does he mean? He means they're not going back to 7th October. They're going perhaps back to pre-2005. They would want their army there. 2005 September is when their army and their Israeli settlements, 21 settlements, about 8,000 Jews moved out of there after Ariel Sharon, the then Prime Minister, struck a deal. And then 2006 Hamas wins elections and Hamas had its Al-Qassam brigades, etc. So the Israelis were only controlling the airspace and the maritime space. So now it clearly means that the boots will stay on the ground. The Americans have reacted very strongly, saying that any kind of post-Hamas arrangement will have to have the Palestinians at the forefront. When Anthony Blinken met Mahmoud Abbas, he had suggested a role for the Palestinian Authority, which the Palestinian Authority right now is not ready to take. It says it has to go at 367. Unless a two-state solution is found, it will not take on the role in Gaza. So right now, everybody is sort of putting out their positions. It will depend upon, what happens post-Hamas. Will Hamas totally be decimated? That is the stated objective, but that's easier said than done. Half the Hamas leadership is sitting outside the Gaza Strip. They are in Beirut, they are in Doha, they are in UAE, they are all over the place. So, what role will the Arab countries have to play in that? So, what will Iran do? So, all that will depend upon that. But Netanyahu clearly, Netanyahu's best bet would be to put Israeli the security forces there and then have a West Bank kind of situation with Al-Fatah, running the show politically, and then the Israelis doing what they want to with Al-Fatah, letting them, handle the security aspect of it. Because he wouldn't want another 7th October to happen. So that is what he would want, but it will, as I said, will depend upon what situation emerges post this war.
Okay.
Sakal?
Okay, Amrit, we'll leave it there, but please take care of yourself and thank you very much for joining us live from Tel Aviv.